Hello everybody and welcome. I'm your host Captain Awesomeness, and today I am going to take you down a bit of a rabbit hole, at least for me. So what I'm doing today is I'm comparing two sim platforms, Assetto Corsa on PC and then Gran Turismo Sport on PlayStation 4. The reason why I'm doing that is because I wanted to see what the differences are in terms of the learning curves and all that stuff, and the only way I could really do that was if I tried out both platforms with a track that is common to both and a car that's common to both, and also not having that much experience on that track and on that particular car. So what I chose was Monza for both of the game platforms, and then on top of that I went with a AMG GT3 vehicle, which is kind of sort of a bit of an animal if you don't know what you're doing with it and depending on the settings. So that as the baseline was what I wanted to do, and then on top of that what I did was I kept all kinds of driver assists, well, almost all of them, like we're talking ABS, and then the stability control was turned on, and I turned off like this other feature that I can't think of that just kind of tries to keep your car stable, because that actually cuts the RPMs at the wrong time. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted at least somewhat of a natural feeling car. So with that in mind, I'm going to do this comparison and make some commentary while you guys watch me do a couple laps on each one of those platforms, and then I'll get back to you.
Okay, with that out of the way, let's get this ball rolling. And as you can see, I am in Assetto Corsa first, just coming out of the pit, which is a different beginning than the Gran Turismo Sport game. But anyway, here we are launching up, going to second, third, and coming into the straightaway. You can see that I have the driver assist on, but that's just there for reference, nothing more at the moment since this is a new track. Breaking down, coming on hard into this particular chicane and trying to recover from it. This was pretty tough trying to figure this out. I don't know if it's a realism setting thing or if the game's just designed a little bit different than Gran Turismo 4, but definitely took a little bit more effort to go through there. So here's this particular section of the track where you're just kind of going flat out, and you come upon this turn here where you have to take a hard left and then right, so another chicane, but of course we were not too good with our line here, so recovery was definitely in demand here. So coming through here, we brake again, try to downshift as best as we can, and then recover in our speed. Keep going forward until we hit another turn and make that right turn after breaking through. So definitely feeling a little off because I have already been on this track on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'm just kind of feeling like a foreigner in a different land, even though I've been here before. Anyway, just proceeding down this section of straightaway, hitting our brakes, trying to downshift and keep our nose gathered within the realms of the track, kind of sort of figure a way out through that. Now we just hit the back end of the track. That'll take us to the start-finish line. So making this straightaway again, about to brake, but kind of feel a little off if I remember correctly going through here. Just the fact that the game gives you a different feel for this car. I just felt like the steering wheel force feedback was pretty strong. Anyhow, we finish just about on the start-finish line. Our first lap is pretty abysmal, 2:11, so we're going to try to improve in our second lap. So going through the same rigmarole here, and trying to do a little bit of a better entry-exit out of this first turn that we take. Coming around this time, making sure not to hit the dirt, so yeah, we do pretty well there. As we continue down, I try to remember the fact that I have to slow down at some point through this particular turn, or whatever you want to call this. It is a turn in a way, but anyway, here we are trying to keep our nose where we need to, braking hard as we can, and getting back on the throttle slowly but surely, kind of trying to ease it through, and we barely just keep ourselves within the limits of the track. Come back, break down here, and recover again. I'm kind of feeling it fishtail a little, but we still managed to keep a straight line. Going through this turn, brake hard, recover, and again, same thing. I'm still struggling through this section on Assetto, but we'll see how we do on Gran Turismo Sport, shall we? Alright, so coming down this fast straightaway towards the tail end. Here we are again, braking, trying to keep inside, but nope. We completely missed the turn there, and we try to recover. However, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm still trying to recover and figure out how to make things work for us here. So we continue down, and we just hope that at least we can try to beat our initial lap. But we shall see. I don't remember if I did do better here. But anyway, trying to downshift. As you can see, that little hazard mark that was up top, downshift warning was coming up. Like, I can't downshift just yet. I gotta give it time before I can. The revs on the gear, that is. But anyway, here we are clearing through, and we hit 2 minutes flat, which, yeah, okay. All right, so here we are in Gran Turismo Sport. As you can tell, you don't start from the pits. You start in the track itself, the back end of it. So here we are going through the back end of the track, and fifth gear, brake hard. We go down into third, or at least try to remember to do so. So go through here. Now here I don't have a driving assist, but these cones, so to say, they tell me where I'm at. But anyway, here we are about to start this out lap, and boom, we go. And as you can probably tell, I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable going through here since everything's a bit more detailed, at least I feel. So I come through here. I actually was way slow than the Assetto Corsa game coming through here, just because I think the brakes are a bit more reactive in Gran Turismo 4 compared to Assetto Corsa. So there we are with that. So coming through here, feeling pretty confident. I know how to take this turn on Gran Turismo 4, so not feeling very nervous at all or anything of that sort. Brake hard, take this left, come through pretty good. I think a little slower than what we'd like to, but it is what it is. Anyway, continuing down, same thing, brake and then turn. And you can probably tell that there's a lot more shades here than on the Assetto Corsa, so maybe it's a setting thing, I don't know. Come through again, this particular turn, making sure we stay within the track, and I do manage to finagle that somehow. Feeling like a champ coming through here, and just going down this particular course and making the straightaway that will lead us to this area where we have to brake. And I kind of braked prematurely, but that's just because I was trying to get a feel for the vehicle after being on the Assetto Corsa. So it's all the Assetto Corsa's fault. Anyway, here we are making that recovery somehow, and going towards the back end of the track again. Through this turn that I don't know if you want to call it a hairpin, but it's pretty much a hairpin. Slow down and then start to recover speed and go for it as and when we come close to the start-finish line. So pretty flat out coming through, and I think we hit our lap time right here, which was 1:49.383.
Okay, so with that out of the way, as you can probably tell, I have some reservations about Assetto Corsa. Maybe it's just because of the fact that I am still rather new to that platform. I didn't really do very many laps on it in comparison to Gran Turismo Sport. I can tell you the realism is definitely very different on both of these platforms, and it may have just to do with the algorithm, not to mention the kinds of people both of these software platforms were made for. Assetto Corsa is for, in my humble opinion, those who are already pretty experienced with racing, and a little bit more realism gets introduced when on Gran Turismo Sport you have a much larger crowd of people who can even use controllers to kind of, you know, do their gaming on that particular platform. So I kind of sort of get why it's a little bit easier on the PlayStation 4 part. Now, with that also out of the way, I gotta tell you, I'm kind of leaning personally more towards Assetto Corsa when it comes to the realism part, but then when it comes to the fun factor part, PS4 kind of takes the cake. So unfortunately, I can't really pick a winner in this situation, given that I kind of like a mix of both in one place, and you just don't seem to get it on one platform better than the other. It's one is better on one aspect and the other is better on one aspect, and vice versa. So that's just how it goes with it, and it's just a matter of your own preference, and that's really why I did this video, is what do you feel, how do you go through all this yourself, and what your comfort level is regarding what you want to start off on. So if you were to ask me And I can only tell you this. If you're brand new to sim racing, I recommend going the PlayStation 4 route if you do not already have a PC. If you have a PlayStation 4 already and you like to do a lot of other types of gaming stuff, then that's it for you. PCs can be definitely more expensive because of, you know, just how GPU and CPU prices are going these days. And it's just so that I think that it's all dependent on everybody's pocket. I'm just lucky to have both platforms for myself, so that's why it's not so bad for me. Now, I will be also on an upgrade path, but that's a different story. So yeah, guys, that's that. I know it's not very detailed at all. I'm, again, an amateur YouTuber. I'm trying to do what I can, but I hope that at least this gives you the path that you want to go with. And if you want to get a little bit more serious, like I am, with a whole sim racing cockpit and a decent steering wheel and a TV as well, that would be the ultimate thing for you. You know, regardless of what platform you actually use for racing. So that's that. Anyway, guys, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next Apex. Bye-bye.